And their flight surgeon is in the front seat in the passenger side taking the journey.
As I mentioned last time, we always think about the technology and the rockets, but this is what it's all about, the families coming together, supporting the families, us working together as a team to ensure they get up there safely and back home safely for their families.
They were saying, but I did catch Bob telling his son to be good for mom and make her life easy. As a parent, I appreciate that.
See that prominent NASA meatball.
Now, as we watch the convoy begin their journey to Pad 39A, to our SpaceX and NASA family who over the years made this mission a reality and who have worked this launch campaign up to this point, we have you here in our...
And we wish every one of you could be here to see this up close, regardless of where you call home and regardless of where you're watching from today. And so for the next few minutes, we are going to follow the convoy, but highlight those whose words and hands and thoughts built all that we see. Watching can feel the pride each of these NASA and SpaceX team members has for this drive out to the pad.
This is Laura Segura, and we're so excited about this historical day. Congratulations on being a part of the very first mission for human spaceflight, commercial human spaceflight ever. We're behind you, Bob and Doug.
I'm Nicole from SpaceX in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Congratulations to SpaceX for hitting another major milestone, and safe travels to Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug, as the launch vehicle chiefs, we've got a lot of our launch vehicle team here to wish you a very wonderful safe ride on a Falcon 9. DMO2, we're so excited for you. And DMO2, we're so excited for you. And launch America. It's time to launch. Let's go.
Hi, this is Perla from Hawthorne headquarters. We want to wish Bob and Doug a safe trip to the International Space Station. Go Dragon!
It's been 9 years in the making. This is such a historic time, and our team has worked so hard, and we're very excited to be here. Go Bob and Doug!
Hi, this is Sam from McGregor, Texas. Go Bob and Doug, go NASA, and go SpaceX.
Sean O'Rourke, wishing you a great flight. I just wanted to tell you good luck.
Hi, I'm Dustin Kamak with NASA Kennedy's Communications and Public Engagement Directorate, and we all want to wish Bob and Doug safe travels and Godspeed. You are both an inspiration to us all. Now, let's do it! Come on! Let's do it!
I love seeing that group of people. I mean, we saw all those groups of folks from NASA and SpaceX, from all different walks of life that have come to this happen, and that was just a small fraction of them. Look at that shot. That is so cool.
Wow. A little thumbs up from, I guess that's from Bob.
Yeah, and you know, it took a little bit of creativity to get this shot to happen. We have a chase vehicle that's on the other side of the road down so we could get a camera in there and follow them out. So we are really thankful to Kennedy Space Center Protective Forces for helping us make that happen, so we could see Bob and Doug all the way out to the launch pad.
My ride out was a little different than what they're experiencing in this Tesla, because we had the Astrovan had bench seats on each side, and we could look across at each other as we were driving out. And it was you know, moments where we would tell some jokes and look, but sometimes we would just look at each other, and we had such gratitude for having this opportunity to launch into space and to think about all the people that had a hand in helping us get to the launch pad, to get ready for this momentous moment. And I think that's probably, even though they're sitting, you know, side by side, I think they're probably thinking of the gratitude and the people that have helped them be on the, you know, the pointy end of the rocket, getting a chance to go up to space. It's just a momentous moment.
And they're listening to some tunes too, I heard, right, Lauren?
Yeah. There are at least 3 songs on their playlist that are super interesting. The first is AC/DC's Back in Black. You know that one.
Yeah, well, who doesn't?
Right. Another one that they're listening to is the elevator music from the Blues Brothers film, The Girl from Ipanema.
Oh,
Leland.
Okay.
Got enough.
That's right. NFL, astronaut, musician. Yep.
And of course, they are also listening to the Star Spangled Banner, the Army French Horns version.
Now, we didn't have tunes in the Astrovan.
No?
And I know that the Tesla has a really kicking stereo system. Is that still the custom stereo system that's in the Tesla?
I haven't been in this one, so I don't know what they're rocking, but I'm sure it's pretty cool.
And again, just for some perspective, you know, they left the operations and checkout building just a minute ago, and so it's about a 9-mile drive from there to the launch pad. It takes them around 20 minutes, kind of depends on how quickly they're trucking.
Sometimes that you hear as you're in the convoy is the helicopter, the Huey helicopter flying overhead. And it's also, you know, you're thinking military, you're thinking really important things, and it's a moment that also kind of solidifies in you that, hey, something big is about to happen. And that whoop, 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 the sound of that Huey is just in your head, and it feels good that all these people are helping you get there safely.
Yeah, I think we heard that actually coming by this building earlier, because we were talking. I hope that's what I think it is.
And it was pretty low because it was pretty loud.
You could feel it, too.
I did. I could feel it.
I took this drive yesterday in my rental car, and granted it wasn't in a Model X, and I'm not an astronaut, but driving to 39A, that same route, and trying to put myself, like imagine myself, it was pretty awesome. I got to figure out how to get on Falcon 9.
Lauren, we're all astronauts. We're in space.
That is true.
You just got to get on the rocket.
Yeah, well, Leland, there's a big group of people.
I think we should, you know, listen to them.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I think we should.
Maybe we should make that a poll question.
Yeah. Or we should all maybe go to space. What do you think?
I am on board. I mean, not literally right now, but I would like to be on board.
Lauren, would you go with us?
Absolutely.
Okay, poll question.
We have so many watching online, sending well wishes to Bob and Doug. I mean, we were ramping up for Wednesday, and I feel like it's just been this build. You know, we were following along Wednesday, and now we're all following along Saturday, and we have people watching from home that hopefully don't have to work today, and can really tune into what's going on here.
And we, you know, as astronauts, truly appreciate all the support, all the social media feeds, and we think about, you know, our families. You know, we saw Megan and Karen there with their sons, wishing Doug Godspeed as they head off in these Teslas to launch pad 39A that launched the Apollo astronauts. And I think, you know, this is just one of those moments where the country is coming together to wish them well, to get them to space safely. It's a really great day.
And they are just now on Saturn Causeway. They just made that right turn onto Saturn Causeway. So to the right of the Operations and Support Building 2, and on the left, it's out of view right now, is the VIA building, that iconic building that processed the space shuttle and Saturn V rockets.
That's where that mobile transporter takes out, it used to take out the Apollo Saturn V rockets and the space shuttle. It's just an incredible machine.
And where they're passing ride, we could wave because we are off to the right of your screen there at the press site where you see a group of media there. So from this point there, they've still got about 3 miles to go.
I'll see you guys later. I'll be back in a minute.
You're gonna go hop in. And obviously it's not just Bob and Doug's Tesla. There's a number of cars in that convoy. They're by Kennedy Space Center Protective Forces and also SpaceX Security. They have a flight with them. Just a sprinkle of folks along the way. Normally we'd have a whole lot more people out here watching this, but we really appreciate you watching online and from home. Again, wherever you are, your tablet, your whatever mobile device you have, we're going to be here moment by moment. There's a cool shot with the worm on the roof.
There we go.
The second worm, yes.
The second place worm.
So, Leland, when I drive down this road on to 39A, on the left, there's that area where the crawler used to drive. Do you tell us a little bit about the crawler?
Yeah, right there you can see the kind of the gravel where the crawler actually crushes that gravel almost into sand. It's so heavy. When the shuttle will go out and the Apollo Saturn V rocket will go out, and it's just this thing great to get out there because it's got this huge rocket or shuttle on it. But I had a chance to see that when my shuttle went out one day with Alan Poindexter, and it's just this enormous, tracks and vehicle But you guys do it in a different way, don't you? You don't go out of the vehicle assembly building. You have your own building.
We have a hangar right there on the pad, so we just roll the rocket up the hill.
You kind of do it like a Soyuz, where you just raise it up right there from horizontal to vertical, and it's done.
Yeah. Integration, so you don't need an enormous building in order to process the rocket and mate drag into it. And then once you pin into the pad at the very top of the hill, you raise it up vertical with the transporter erect.
Efficiencies to help us get people to space faster and safer, and this is going to be the future of space travel. And also the relationship between NASA and SpaceX working together as a team to get people up.
And at this point, the convoy is approaching pad 30, entering what is known as the BDA, or blast danger area. Now, before any pad technicians, engineers are asked for that area around the launch pad, the SpaceX and NASA teams do an internal to make sure everything is clear.
This storied launch pad, which has been the beginning point for firsts, is the perfect backdrop for today's historic launch that marks a new first and a human space flight.
And here's a view from our gantry near the Launch Complex 39A. So we've got the convoy going by here. If I had to count up all the cameras we have all over the place for this, I'd be here all day.
That's a beautiful shot right at the Kennedy Space Center and Merritt Island and all of the nature around the buffer from 39A so that we can be safe and launch our rockets off to space safely.
Absolutely, and a lot of people don't realize this is a national wildlife refuge. I mean, I pass turtles on the way to my car every day.
Yeah. Well, when we would run from the operation, we'd have to watch out for snakes and for alligators, and so to be really careful about the wildlife.
We used to have one who lived at 39A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, an alligator.
Well, maybe we'll see him. We'll keep an eye out. Tweet at us if you see any.
Did you name him Worm?
Ooh. Ahead of my
I don't know how an alligator would feel about being called Worm, Leland.
Yeah, well.
And we've got a ton of you following along on social media. Lynn says, as a fellow Missourian, we're so proud. Launch America, we will be watching from the Space Coast cheering out. And another comment, Godspeed and good luck. Astro Benkin and Astro Doug, hashtag Launch America. The SpaceX horizontal integration facility is on the left of the screen now. We saw the front of it from the other angle. There it is. I was getting my buildings mixed up, so it's on the right now. Yeah, bigger building.
The other is the Falcon Support, where all of our offices are, and yes, you're correct.
Thank you for the correction, Laura.
There's our hangar. We process Falcon Heavy in there. There are other boosters in that hangar as well, and the rocket and Dragon that was put together, or rather finally integrated inside of that hangar and then rolled out to that pad to go up vertical.
And there it is. That shot really gives you a sense of the scale of the Falcon 9 rocket. Those Teslas look teeny, teeny, tiny. As they make their way up to the pad, we're going to throw it over now to Hawthorne, where